while the color is wrong, it's close enough that I'm going to let it slide because, I don't know, 10% of our audience is colorblind. In the top right-hand corner, ladies and gentlemen, the Teal Terran. His name is Crass, and he's going to have to be terribly on point in order to take down his opponent in the bottom left-hand corner. From Incredible Miracle, ladies and gentlemen, it is Seed, the Protoss player. And that was me taking a sip of water because I was foolish enough to not remember. As much as it is in my roots, you know, we say roots because it's kind of, you have to grow out of your roots. You know, if I'm a tree, I'm a commentator, and I'm growing to, I wish you could just see what I was actually doing right now. I'm growing towards the sky. Then, you know, I got roots somewhere, and my roots were in solo commentary, actually, via Playhem, and I forgot that you need a lot to drink because it actually destroys your throat, solo casting, that is. So, ladies and gentlemen, PVT on our hands. The map is Daybreak. We could be in order for something very long or something very cheesy and short, though. No SCVs have particularly departed the base, and actually looks like Crass is going to be going for a command center first build. Seed's going to be heading out to see what he can scout, and let's just talk a little bit about, I guess, I mentioned it last night. About last night. IM's been having some great showings lately, both of their players moving forward in Code A. Yoda, of course, having a lot to prove for himself, being knocked out of Code S previously, and he had a fantastic set versus FXO Tier, who is a very, very strong Terran killer, in fact, to be perfectly blunt. So that was really good for Yoda. He had a great set. We'll see if we see him here today, or if Seed's just going to, you know, continue tearing through the Karont3 roster. I saw some people being like, all right, get ready for Vortex to come out, but Vortex not out quite yet. Crass is going to try his hand here and see if he can take down this legendary Korean Protoss. And CC first is a good way to get started here, is, you know, Seed hasn't opened with anything quite so greedy. Though, interestingly enough, the command center is within the base. And this is, you know, a little perplexing. As well, I guess, you know, actually playing it pretty safe here. It's more confusing if you see, I'm so used to seeing Protosses actually on this map go for really quick Nexi. And we didn't see Seed go for it here, actually. He, you know, he's gone for the Cyber Core, he's mined some gas. If you can, I don't know if you can mine gas, it's probably more like you're collecting gas, because mining involves a pickaxe, and a pickaxe is going to be the most useless thing to use. Like, could you imagine trying to battle with Mashadar with a pickaxe? If you know what Mashadar is, I love you, by the way. I'm currently, how far am I? I don't actually know real chapters because I listen on an audiobook every day on my way to work, but A Memory of Light, really good book. If there's anybody out there who's currently done it, don't tell me anything. If you're reading through it, then we should talk, because I just love that book. It's a Wheel of Time, if you guys don't know the reference. So we've got Daybreak PVT. Both players at this stage have opened up with fairly macro-oriented builds, kind of middle of the road for Seed, much more greedy for Crass. And one of my favorite sayings that has to do with StarCraft, I pitch it constantly, is this is the concept that got me out of Gold League when I started playing StarCraft way back. Oh my goodness, I think it was July when the game, you know, the game came out, and I was playing it the following July, so it would have been, oh goodness, was that 2010, I guess? Oh, how the days go by. SCV gets taken out right before it gets up the ramp, actually. I was Gold League. You know, I had some history with RTSs. I love StarCraft, but I was much more of like a custom game sort of player, and he's just going to let that supply depot burn. But where I'm actually going with this, besides Seed taking a very, very quick third base, is I don't remember where I was going with that. I actually just kind of forgot where I was saying something. Oh yeah, I was playing lots of RTSs back in the past, and the concept, what this all ties back to, is that, you know, StarCraft is really a game of rock, paper, scissors, guys. It truly is in its most basic form. So you've got economy, you've got aggression, you've got balance, you know, the middle road in between the two. And aggression is not going to be able to kill people who go balanced. You know, make some units but play very economical. They're going to lose to those people. But balanced is going to lose to a very greedy person. And very greedy people will lose to very aggressive people. And this cyclical effect is going to give Crass a little bit of an advantage here, because he initially opened up with very greedy play with command center first. And that command center now is sitting down here on the low ground, but that is what he opened up with. And that gives him an extremely nice advantage over Seed, who opened much more middle of the road. He's like, no, I'm going to make some units. Not enough to attack you. I won't have enough to attack you, as is displayed right now. I mean, he's got these 2 Stalkers. He's got like 2 Sentries. That's not enough to kill Crass. Even though Crass played, you know, pretty greedy. It's not enough. because Seed was balanced. If Seed had gone for a 4 gate, very aggressive, he would kill Crass. But he played balanced. So Seed realizes that Crass is a little bit ahead. And so now he basically says, because you're ahead, I'm going to take a really fast third. I'm going to take a turn to play greedy. And this is going to allow him to catch up in the long run. He will not be behind Crass anymore, as he would be, you know, because he played balanced and Crass played greedy with his command center first. Well, Seed says, well, then I'll play greedy. And now the turn is on Crass. If Crass goes into extreme aggression mode here, he may be able to kill Seed with a strong timing attack. So we see more and more barracks going down. Only 1 engineering bay, not 2. 2 engineering bay would be more greedy. 1 engineering bay is pretty aggressive, a little bit balanced. You know, you are going to be getting upgrades, but you're not focusing on them entirely. And a starport's some tech here, so we'll have to see exactly how much aggression Crass decides to put on with this. He could, of course, you know, take an expansion. He's been playing pretty safe, actually, with 3 bunkers, really expecting Seed to go for some sort of attack, which is great for Seed, because Crass has no idea about this expansion. You see, this is his vision, and that's what he sees. No expansion. He has no idea. Whereas Seed, in all reality, is kind of just playing super greedy, guys. He's finally going to be throwing down a lot of gateways, but he's got a Forge. He's got that super fast third. He's going for Twilight Council. He's going to have a lot of tech, some upgrades, and a huge economy. Let's take a look at that, actually. He's bringing in 250 more minerals a minute, 100 additional gas, and he's got 15 more workers than his opponent, the Terran player Crass. Karont3 is in a little bit of trouble if this game keeps playing out the way it's looking to be now. Crass needs to get in some damage. He needs to get it done ASAP because Seed's greed has really propelled him into a great position here in the mid game. I don't know if you guys can actually hear music. Music disabled, music enabled. You can hear the sound, but I'm not really hearing too much game sound. Hopefully it's not awkward when I'm silent. You can actually hear some tunes because StarCraft 2 has some great music. A couple Marines going to get picked off right now. They'll be stimming back. Actually, he even forced the stim on the units in the back. That maybe was a little bit of a mistake out of Crass, stimming the faraway units. It was a little bit unnecessary. You typically want to wait until the actual engagement happens. So like you stim these units back here. If you just stim these and ran them away and let these units walk up, and then if an engagement did happen, he stims everything. You know, that was a completely wasted stim. Crass is now, all these medevacs have to heal up Marines, and well, you can see their energy. It's incredibly low now, just in the 30s. But Seed is now moving towards his Templar Archive, so he's going to be moving towards splash damage simultaneously. You know, he's getting charge. And this is going to mean that Crass has to go for ghosts. But Crass's economy is not as big as Seed's, so he doesn't have as much money to make these tech switches. You know, he's down 10 workers, no third base, not even a third on the way, in fact. And so this could be a bit of an opportunity for Crass to potentially kill Seed. Taking a look at the army supply for both players, Crass is ahead by a small margin, and no splash damage is yet on the field for Seed. He does not have... although, you know, he has a Templar Archives about to wrap up or completed. I'm looking for it. I don't actually see it anywhere. But there they are. He does have Templar, and, you know, he'll have Archons here in a second. He's going to start morphing them in. Right now is the timing for Crass. If he misses his timing, Seed is going to have splash damage, and he'll be able to likely thwart off this attack from Crass, and then Crass is going to be incredibly behind. And is this an SCV train? Yeah, he's bringing a lot of SCVs with this. Crass has, I think, spotted this third. He's realized how incredibly far behind he is, and so he pulls SCVs, but this is really just a testament to Seed getting away with some extreme greed. Here it comes, Seed going for the fight. If Crass doesn't win it here, guys, he's going to be very far behind. The splash damage from the Archons is looking like it's too much, getting in huge swaths of damage here. Most of the Marines for Crass have been killed off. Force fields are going to cut the units once again. Crass is reinforcing across the field. Notice the trickle of Marines continuing to reinforce. He's going to shift and attack up here at the third, but Seed is anticipating this, moving his forces as well. Even though he can't actually see the units, he doesn't have an observer or anything out here. Looks like Seed is going to have to be forced back into the natural expansion as Crass is going to shift once more up towards the top. Seed counter shifts. Crass shifting back down towards the bottom. He's going to try to slip into this third while the factory is being taken out by Seed. We'll see if he can get into a good enough position. He's taken a lot of time right now. The factory's being focused down. Will the drop be spotted? No. So we're going to have a drop into the main. with simultaneous pressure somewhere else. We're going to wait and see where it does hit. Stalker seemed to sense the drop. This is pretty smart out of Seed. We'll see if he gets enough units in order to deny it. Needs to stem these forces. He does. Stalker's blinking up. The units for Crass are going to be moving into the natural expansion at the same time. This is it for Crass. He has no way to transition out of this. No third. He needs to get the damage, and he needs to get it in now. He's going to catch these units up towards the top, get in a lot of damage, but I don't know that he has enough forces to deal with the reinforcements here from Seed. The blink on the low ground, actually, if he targets this medevac down, and he does. The medevac full of Marines falls for Crass. 50 supply deficit now for Karont3, and there it is. GG out of Crass. Really well played game out of Seed once more, displaying an uncanny ability to respond appropriately to what he's seeing out of his opponents. In game number 1, we saw a little bit, it was a little different. You know, VPro had the map awareness, and Seed realized, you have map control, so I can't really take a natural. I'm going to blink and take you home. In this situation, he went, Crass, you played a little bit more greedy than me, and now you're far ahead. Let me take a third, and he actually just did a fantastic job poking with those stalkers, got Crass to... What happened was Crass went into defensive mode. He was like, bunkers, I need bunkers, and I need to defend because there's a big attack coming, and Seed's going to pressure me. And no, Seed wasn't going to pressure. He was just taking a third and kind of faking the aggression. And all it took was one scan out of Crass on the third to see the third, and he would have been like, oh, actually, I need to just back off right now and not really do anything. But he instead, bunkered down and didn't realize that Seed had a third, and it cost him that game. So really, really well played out of Seed once again, and Crass just needing a little bit more information. So it looks like next for Karont3, they're going to be bringing out Lucifron, folks. The map, I can't actually see what the map is going to be, but we're going to have a Terran versus Protoss. It's going to be really exciting. Make sure you check out the IGNProLeague links that are on the side right now. We're giving $10,000 worth of in-game and online content away, so you can click on the links. There's going to be all the details needed. If you have any questions, though, you can, of course, just ask Tifa. She's running the IGNProLeague Twitch account right now, and she'll give you all the answers that you need. I'm Kibbles. We're going to cut to a quick break. This is a 2-0 lead for Incredible Miracle right now, actually, over Karont3. We'll see if Lucifron can bring it back.